Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships. This is your boy M3, and yeah, we're back again with another video. So, um, so tonight, man, it's going to definitely be like a special live stream with a special guest. She's not here yet, but she will be here shortly, though. So, um, as you probably see the title already, I'm going to definitely pull this up. It's called "Don't Touch My Hair." And we're going to talk about breaking the stereotypes and embracing identity. Okay, so before I begin, let me go ahead and we're going to play some music to definitely get things into the mood. So, shout outs to DJ A Kane for his music. All right, now I'm going to pull up a video real quick because we're going to be talking about some various like topics, definitely for sure. And so, one of the topics that we're definitely going to be discussing is, you know, just why it's so important for people not to touch hair. Okay. I just got a text. It's having troubles logging in. No worries. Because we have us, we're just now starting. We're going to wait for more people to tune in. Okay. All right. All right, let's see. Okay, is IG working? All right, Instagram is working. We are live. Okay, we send this to my homie. Don't worry, I got you. All right, hopefully that will work. All right. I should have pulled up the video before I started, and I forgot to pull up the video. But it's no worries. I could easily find this. Give me about 1 second, okay? In the meantime, man, let me know how you're doing. Write down in the comments. I'll definitely go ahead and read it out. All right, dang. It looked like I just saw the content creator, and I was trying to find the video that was relating to what his message was because I wanted to show you this video so I could kind of react to it before my guest comes up. But if I can't find a video, then I'm just gonna just talk about it. Okay. Because the guy and there was a video that he had put out, and so many videos they have, I cannot find it. Let me see. Give me about 1 more second, okay? This video was about okay, unfortunately. Oh, there it is. All right, let me go and I'm going to share the screen. Okay. All right, found it. And go ahead and put my phone on silent real quick. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna start this. All right, so look, before we get to this part, right? About the we talk about don't touch my hair. I wanted to also chime in because like we have like a lot of other topics that we want to kind of like get into, and this is just about like okay, kind of like the dynamics of like black men, and even though it says they're choosing like snow bunnies or whatever, aka who we're talking about. But reason why I want to play this first because I want to kind of spread awareness of just like the social dynamics of how a lot of times like our culture like want to be, or maybe most cultures, who knows. I feel like in American culture people want to like gravitate towards like European type of features, and so it's like when you try and gravitate towards like European type of features, you're losing a major part of yourself, you know what I mean, of your blackness. Um, and so I want to kind of play some of these clips because, and shout out to a guy named J.R. Wisdom, because in these clips, he's going to pretty much showcase like, just how black men are like just kind of praising, let's just say like, like white, like lighter skin or white, women. And it's like the complaint that we're always hearing on the internet is that black men and black women don't ever get along. We can't get along with each other. We can't do this. We can't do that. And the reason why how this is going to be tied into it, because in my personalized opinion, I feel like whenever like actually let me zoom myself in real quick, right? Since I'm not really ready. Whenever like black women like they see this type of behavior on the internet, I kind of feel like part of it makes them want to like kind of change up like their hair texture. They want to change up like to fit more in the European realm. So they bleach, they blonde their hair, they try to straighten out the curls or whatever, be more closer to white. But as you're doing it, in my opinion, I feel like you're really stripping away like your true beauty as a woman, especially like if that's not really your natural natural colors, like your natural style. And I'm not saying like it's bad to like try to switch up every now and then. I'm not saying it's bad like whenever like you straighten your hair or you color it, but when you're doing it because the motive is that you don't like your true identity, your true like texture or whatever, that's where like I come to like question why. So let me go ahead. I want to just play this video and we'll get started. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to mute this because of copyright. And also gotta amp up the quality too. Damn. Okay. So of course, like I have to mute this because of copyright issues. Don't want to deal with that. We can't speak to beauty and not social standards. Okay, so not social standards. Elaborate on that part, like Lola. So we can't speak to beauty and not social standards. So are you saying like maybe social standards, like you talking about like okay, the standards of what society really wants for black women to look? Like an example, i.e., um, you're at a company or whatever, you got your dreads, but your boss is prohibiting you for wearing dreads because they're saying like that's not professional. But dreads and locks, how could we say that's not well, how could they say that's not professional when that's been a part of our culture for years? You know what I mean? Okay, hold on, let me make sure everybody's going.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yo, I know a lot of y'all are just like, man, if I could only get with her, my life, this will solve all my problems. Stick around, guys. We got another clip coming up from this white lady right here.
To ask you guys as well too, you know.
Black men, they either go for black queens or they go for snow bunnies. Now, snow bunnies are white Caucasian women who are really into the darker skinned man, to be pretty accurate. Loads in Europe. It's now in fashion, and it also boosts their kind of social circle, and it's deemed as really cool if they go for a white snow bunny. Anyway, a lot of them do like the black queens. They're more into their figure, but if there's like a white chick who is particularly curvy, who looks like a black chick but she's a white chick, fucking hell, that snow bunny is going to be onto a winner. And then they create these children, which in turn are so beautiful, and they take a little bit from both sides. Very genetically strong children also, because their genes are so mixed.
Okay, we got
and you ask the snow bunny.
All right, Deja, you made it.
Finally! Oh, now it's not connecting to my headphones.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, so I finally finished.
Oh, let me zoom in real quick if I can. You know, it's been a minute. So, voila! Now that looks dope. I was seeing that earlier. I was like, okay, I see you put some things into it.
She's not done yet. I'm not done with this yet. I need gold flakes now. I need gold flakes. Where's your gold flakes?
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and men respond different to non-black hair. Salute, Frosty. Salute. Yeah, and you know we're gonna definitely be talking about that too, Lola, about that, because I'm glad that you mentioned that. So
okay, sorry, I had to find some gold flakes. Yeah.
No problem.
How do I put them on? Do I got to use that stuff again? Do you have it? Okay. So sorry about that. I'm trying to also finish up my painting. You can.
Oh, you good?
And but I'm excited to talk about black hair and how men and women, or men, kind of respond to black hair, how society responds to black hair, and blackness, and all of that stuff. So, where would you like to start?
Okay, well, I want to start. Well, while you was away, I was playing like a video for people, right? Just like little small clips, because I want to kind of illustrate like the mindset and direction that, again, this is not all black men, but this like maybe for some, I would say, if not, I don't want to say most, but for the highlight of this topic, right? You know, we have black men that is like kind of diverging away, like dividing away from the blackness. You know what I mean? Like more close, like instead of getting more closer to your roots, like to your people. Why is it that black men are gravitating towards, you know, white or lighter skin type of women? And this white lady, like at the time before I paused it, was kind of like, you know, chiming into it. Now, how does this fit into the topic of like the "don't touch my hair"?
Oh, it fits into the topic greatly.
Yeah.
What did the lady say?
I'm gonna go ahead and continue the video real quick.
Okay.
Salutes to On the Spot Live. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure before I resume playing the video, let me make sure I go to my live and also pin the link to the top. So let me do that real quick for you guys. 1 second.
Then I don't know where my gold is.
I mean, I'm a little faster, so I'm sorry for my little speed. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys get the likes up. All right, so we're going to continue this video off. Okay, and here we go.
Why she wants an African or black god, and she will say,
let me back up just a little.
A blonde, a white.
Just,
Snow bunnies. Now, snow bunnies are white Caucasian women who are really into the darker skinned man, to be pretty accurate. loads in Europe. It's now in fashion, and it also boosts their kind of social circle, and it's deemed as really cool if they go for a white snow bunny. Anyway, a lot of them do like the black queens. They're more into their figure, but if there's like a white chick who is particularly curvy, who looks like a black chick but she's a white chick, fucking hell, that snow bunny is going to be onto a winner. And then they create these children, which in turn are so beautiful, and they take a little bit from both sides, very genetically strong children also because their genes are so mixed. And you ask the snow bunny why she wants an African or black god, and she will say, because he's the opposite of me, a blonde, a white. But they've got those curves that those guys just go crazy for. But you see, white Caucasian men, they don't always like those curves. So black queens are off limits, and also the snow bunnies, the curvy snow bunnies are off limits too.
Yeah, the curvy snow bunny. That's a brother's kryptonite right there. Like you saw that thick snow bunny that was dancing just now with the classic bob. Hey, it's over. But you always hear this a lot of times, right? From the snow bunny. This lady is European. And you talk about this with the whole mixing races and things like that, and they mix the most beautiful children. That's even like that in the States. They think the same way a lot of times. When you do have couples mixed together, you get a brother that gets with a snow bunny, right? They have kids. And even though the parents may be racist, they love the kids. They want to show the kids off. It's really one of those things that goes on for any of you who come from that type of background. Or if you're just out in the store, you out and about, they change their mind somehow about the child, the grandchild. But
It's still
ladies always have something to say about a brother a lot of times when he dabbles in the snow, for lack of a better term. And you guys know Umar Johnson is pretty critical about the fellas. But some fellas just find it easier, from what they say, to talk to snow bunnies. Snow bunnies are more welcoming. They're not as uptight. They're not as hard to talk to. It like a lot of brothers said. There was even a video I did a few months ago where this was a.
I'm gonna fast forward this. I'm gonna just get to this part, and then we're gonna get to the hair, the don't touch my hair topic. But I want you guys to stay with me on this one, right? Because there's an origin. I want to make sure I break down the psychology first before I get to the hair part. So this is gonna probably take one more minute.
All snow bunnies. Well, actually, the last girl was Dominican, but sure, we'll count her as a snow bunny in this case because she's not black. Now, I've discovered this phenomenon a very long time ago. Every time I check my dating app matches, my messages, I always just seem to attract non-black women. So why is that? Well, it's not the fact that I can't attract black women, because I definitely have dated and been with plenty of beautiful black women, trust me. But what I've realized about other races is the fact that they're more likely and more willing to show their interest to me. So that could mean sliding in my DMs with high validation. Whereas the black queens, they're not as likely to showcase that interest up front and so fast, if you know what I mean. You kind of gotta pry it out of them a little bit. But going back to my dating strategy, I like who likes me. So if I'm mostly attracting white women, Hispanic women, then truth is they have a higher % chance of me giving them attention back. Go where you are wanted, not where you are tolerated.
Okay. So I want to end this video off right quick. All right. So again, the reason why I wanted to play these clips, right? Because although these men are trying to make, or these people are trying to make valid points or whatever, I still think there's like a deep rooted type of issue. I think like you are who you attract, and you could get whatever that you really put your mind to it, but you really do not, in my personal opinion. The other thing too is that, like, okay, when that woman was talking about like, okay, like, you know, despite of like the race or whatever, or racism that goes around, when they see a child with, you know, mixed heritage, you know, they deem that's like, you know, someone that's cute, that's beautiful. So when the other cultures, they see something that's like, I guess, you know, labeled as exotic or whatever, you know, like maybe someone that has like, you know, like curly hair, or someone that has like less, I guess, unfortunately, like AKA nappy features. That's what they call it. Then they feel like the urge like to really kind of pry in and try to like dig deep into like, well, why your hair is so good? Why it's not like the rest of the hair of black hair or whatever? And Deja, and this is where I'm going to ask you this question, right? Um, how often do you get compared, right, based on your hair to like, I guess someone that's like deemed to be like as like nappy? How often that people will say like, "Oh, hey girl, like I like your hair. You got good hair or something." Like they try to give you a compliment, but it still end up as an insult.
Yeah, people tell me that I have that all the time. And even more so, it's exactly what you said. As soon as I tell somebody that I have another ethnicity within me, all of a sudden they feel or they deem me more attractive. Um, and so it is very prevalent in the Black community, kind of a hair hierarchy, to say the least.
Mm. Do you feel like okay? Would that be like an instant like turn off? Like let's just say like you see a guy, you're feeling him, but the moment the guy's like, "Hey, you got some good hair," or "I like your hair," or whatever, just like kind of like a lighthearted compliment. Does that turn you off?
No, because at the end of the day, if you want to say that you like my hair, that's perfectly fine. But I don't like it when I'm just compared to, oh, it's not as nappy as blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. And I have received that before. So,
Wow.
and then I've also received, you must be mixed with something because you don't have hair like other Black girls. And I'm just like, what? And then it's like, okay, well, if I wasn't mixed, would I still be deemed as quote unquote beautiful as you say?
That is a good question. Because I know in our community, like we really get caught up in hair like so much. I mean, again, I know like, hair is like, pretty much like a woman's beauty or whatever.
It's her
But,
crown.
but the thing is like when it's natural, I feel like that's where it's more beautiful. You know what I mean? Like you're not putting like any processors, any chemicals like to damage your hair. You're not trying to be close like to like what to the whiteness as possible. That's why like I was playing these clips, these videos, because like I think like when women like they hear some of these talking points, and especially like it's so prevalent around of like what black men like, or what they think what black men really want, then they feel like, okay, well, I need to do something with my hair. I need my texture. I got my hair is too curly. Like he's not gonna like that. He's gonna like the straight blonde type of look. And I think that's where like it gets dangerous because now you think that you're doing something right for yourself, but you're really stripping away like the natural beauty that was God given. And I want to make sure, like, like in this live stream, people who are tuning in, if you're listening, man, take notes and like just understand that, you're beautiful the way that you are, as long as your internal attributes is good. And as long as like you keep it as natural as possible. I've seen people, who undergo like surgeries just to be close like to like whiteness.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool.
And ironically, white women undergo surgeries to be more Black.
Right, when they get the lip fillers and all that. So it's kind of interesting because I kind of think that they have more of an appreciation of our Blackness than we do.
In some ways, they have a infatuation with it.
Okay.
It's not. I don't think it's an appreciation. I think it's an infatuation.
Okay.
I don't think white people really appreciate Blackness at all.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I think they can try to understand it. I think they sometimes want to understand it, but I don't think that they are fully capable of appreciating it because they don't.
Yeah.
They're privileged. They're not going to understand underprivileged. They're privileged.
Okay, that's eye opener. Didn't really think about it that way. All right. Let me. I got some questions that I got lined up, but all right. So Deja. So December 14th is definitely going to be a major event because you are hosting like the "Don't Touch My Hair" event, for your art show. And so, if you could like elaborate to the audience, like, hey, like, what does "Don't Touch My Hair" mean? What's the origin of it?
Okay, so Don't Touch My Hair came from actually going to a gala, and this white lady really did come up to me and say, hey, can I touch your curls? Because I want to watch them spring up like I was a fucking circus freak. And I didn't appreciate that at all. And so since I didn't appreciate it, it was just like, I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like an invasion of space, and an invasion of space, and an invasion of, it's again, not appreciation, but fascination. And it's weird. Oh, so that being said, there are plenty of times when Black people, male or female, have gone somewhere and someone asked to touch their textured hair, or they'll just do it without even asking, which has happened to me before. And the first thing I thought was like, what are you doing? And it was my boss at that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I worked in some fucked up places, but yeah, it was my boss. And people just are fascinated by the versatility, how it defies gravity. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay, wow.
They're weird. It's just weird. And so I wanted to highlight, thank you, Blackness, Black beauty, Black hair in a way of reclaiming our individuality and autonomy.
Yeah. You know what? I remember. I remember one of my coworkers. I didn't really feel it, but like I have like a little like flip phone, and I remember her saying like, I really like his hair. Like it's just so like fun, and because she was feeling it, and then she pulled like a strand, right? Because when you have like curly hair, it's just something about the curly hair. People just want to like just take it, and they just want to see like how long like they could stretch it out. So I understand where you come from, but your boss, like I'm like, dang, that was kind of weird. That would have been like an HR moment,
Well, the thing was, they were technically HR too. It was just a really bad situation. But it's just, we are always told, or we're always just, either our hair isn't straight enough, or it's not soft enough, or it's too kinky, it's an inconvenience.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to highlight what I just wanted to highlight the empowerment and the beauty of it, basically. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense, and thank you for sharing. That was very clear what you said, All right. Okay, so my second question is, well, actually, you kind of tied into the second one because I was going to ask, like, why touching someone's hair is considered intrusive.
Because it's one of those. It's not out of. I mean, who walks up? Let's be real. Who walks up to a white person and says, "Ooh, can I touch your hair?" No.
I know I don't have that type of privilege such as like just walk up to somebody and be like, oh hey, like your hair is so blonde and so straight. Can I touch it? I feel like
it's weird.
Weirdo,
It's weird. And so why is it okay? And I think it's also, here's the privilege thing again. Why do they feel entitled enough to have the even audacity to ask if they can invade our privacy for their own pleasure, I guess you can say? I mean, tell me if I'm right.
No. I mean, no, I definitely agree with you on that one. And it's like the reason why I don't have much words to say about it because it's like it's super weird. It's like when you have, it's like this, like when you see someone that you feel like is rare, it's like you want to be more close to that object as much as possible because you want to have that feel, that sensation.
We live in America. You know what black people look like.
No, we know that. But I'm just saying for like the ignorant, when it comes like to like the hair texture, for instance, I don't know what is it that people feel like they need to be so intrusive on it. But again, you did say like, it is like a privilege type of thing. So we have that type of privilege. Yeah, you're gonna do whatever you feel like you want to do and justify it. Shout outs to the sophisticated jerk. He says, I'm a certified weirdo. I'm touching all that hair. Don't judge me.
If you have permission, cool.
So
if
now
you don't got permission, I don't know what to tell you.
But the thing is, like, okay.
Even the person that I would date, ask me.
Again?
We know you're on live, so can't go on field trip.
Yeah, shout out to sophisticated jerk, man. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. I'm sorry, what you were saying, Deja?
Excuse me. Yeah, it's an invasion of privacy. It makes you feel like a specimen. It makes you ask, why do they feel entitled enough to want to invade my privacy for their own pleasure? I don't like it. Now, if you ask somebody and they're like, yeah, cool, that's fine. But if you're just coming up to them and I don't know, and then I don't know you, like I met you, I don't know you from a can of paint.
Right. I mean, I feel like in both sides, like if you don't know someone, you're just a stranger. I wouldn't even ask that question. Let alone like just involuntarily just touch someone's hair like that.
Right.
That's like personal space.
Exactly. How would you feel? It's just consideration. And it gets frustrating because they're only fascinated with our hair during certain times. Sometimes they want to touch it, they want to feel it, they want to see, ooh, how different is it? But yet when you look at Pantene commercials, you look at all these commercials that claim they have black hair products, all their quote unquote black people are light-skinned people with thick curls. There's no kinky curls in there.
Yeah, they're all biracial people. But they want to use that as a representation of their standard of beauty of blackness and what black people should look like.
But it does so much for the self-esteem of black women. And we wonder why, going back to the whole relationship thing, we wonder why black women, quote unquote, maybe whatever, are claimed to have a chip on your shoulder. I mean,
Mhm.
who wants to give positivity to someone who demeans you and puts you below people with Eurocentric features? All of your black men you see are marrying, or all these celebrities, or all these people with money, the people who have access, they start marrying these other women with this kind of hair. It's a thing.
Yeah. Actually, want to know like who are you painting?
Oh, it's my cousin. Okay, and we'll go into this. So this is my cousin Jules. I'm also eating a taco. This is my cousin Jules.
Mm-hmm.
And she is, hold on. I need some water. We are both Puerto Rican and black. This is for my don't touch my hair piece.
Mm-hmm.
We're both Puerto Rican and black. And we're both the only ones in our family who have hair like this. And so I wanted to highlight her because she has finally learned how to fully embrace her curls after continuously being picked on, told that her hair needs to be super straight, called her nappy, you know? After all these bullying things and, you know, pressing the hair so it could be super straight, damaging it just so it could be super straight. All this because people can't appreciate the naturalness of a black woman. And so this highlights her strength to get through it. And most women, it's very hard for them to cut their hair. It's a sign of excessive confidence. So I wanted to highlight her excessive confidence as well. With her hair natural, with it.
Uh-oh. Daisy, I think we lost you for a minute. She's probably getting that phone call. That's why. Anytime, like when you're streaming using your mobile phone, somebody call you, that's definitely going to interrupt their personal life. But hopefully she'll come back. But yeah, no, that's definitely like a cool painting and definitely a cool story. And look, and check this out, you guys, right? Deja, let me know when you're back, okay? And check this out, guys, right? So, again, December 14th, your boy is also going to fly out to Kansas City. I'm going to have my photography camera, like, ready. And, I'm going to be taking, like, a lot of pictures, photos. Yeah, if I have some time, if I have maybe like a third party where they could probably hold a camera and help me record, I might, do like a little like travel and relationships video. So, Deja, are you back? When's the art show? So the art show will be located in Kansas City. It will begin on December 14th. In Central Time, it's going to be like I think it's going to be from 4 to 8 o'clock. So I think it's going to be a 4-hour event. It would be nice though if you guys could like fly out there. If you guys check out like Deja's like Instagram, she has some flyers out there where it showcases like the address, the time, location. If you guys want to fly out, definitely like meet her and her artwork, and also see your boy as well too. Definitely, man, like catch a flight, man, and head over out to Kansas City. So I can't wait, man, to take that trip over there. Anyways, so I have some other questions, but okay, yeah, definitely come through, SJ, right? If I have the flyer with me, I'll definitely pass it to you. So when I get a chance, I'll definitely send down to your DM. Look, while I'm still waiting for her, let me ask you guys this question, okay? You guys can feel free to come up. The link is pinned to the top. How does all this relate to cultural identity? Okay, I know for me, for many, hair represents history, tradition, and pride in their heritage. So whenever like you guys are stripping like your roots away, you're stripping like part of like your heritage. And I just want to like you guys like to like keep that in mind that how so much important it is. Like again, this is just my personalized opinion now, but for me, I value like like natural like hair so much. But I don't care if it's short. I don't care if you guys think it's like quote unquote nappy. It's really not even nappy. It's coils or something. You know, but to each is their own. We've been conditioned that the texture of our hair is so bad, and you know that we got to excuse ourselves because if we're in our original like texture, then we're not professional enough. Well, I want to let you guys know that anytime like when you guys think that way, that's just like BS. But I understand like we fall the ways of modern society. Well, not modern society. You know, U.S. society, and we're going by the American standards of things. The other question I want to pose is that what issues does this space address? You know what I mean? And for my answer to that, like it tackles hair discrimination, um, microaggressiveness. Let me see. Hold on for 1 second. And social ignorance about cultural significance. Okay. Salute, Mr. Best. So, Mr. Best is going to be coming up there in a minute. Salute to Great Pill, man. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I got the link pinned up to the top, man. We're just talking about, man, like our culture, our hair and stuff. Why is it so important to like stay as natural as possible? Why is it that black hair is considered like so exotic that other groups has to involuntarily like touch our hair? Sometimes like without like permission. And why do like most blacks take it as offense? Sister I am, if you still in the chat, let me ask you this question. Have you ever, been in a situation where someone, try to touch your hair, or someone asks you like, hey, like, can I touch your hair? And let me know in the comments how that made you feel. I mean, guys, I mean, I don't think like a lot of guys get approached like with, women or somebody like trying to touch their hair or whatever. But anyways, that's Mr. Best, like using the channel to say salute to you guys. So yeah, man, let me know like in the comments, man, what you guys think. All right. And then Drake says, what up, Soulbox? Okay, so another one, right? Why is natural hair is often focused in these conversations? What I mean by that is that kind of like in our earlier topic, how a lot of times, brothers like when they see like a sister like with so-called good hair, hair that is curly, hair that is not like quote unquote nappy, or I guess the norm or whatever the hair is supposed to look like for average black women. Why is it like always like a predominant discussion where it's like I want a woman with good hair, or I don't want a woman with weave and all that stuff?
So sorry, I got a call and then
I know,
shut
and
me
you got
off.
booted. Yeah. No, you good though.
Okay, so I just heard a little bit about what you were saying. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna jump into like, okay, how does Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I can't believe I skipped this one. So, how does the phrase of "Don't touch my hair," the theme, empower individuals?
How does "Don't Touch My Hair" empower individuals?
Mm-hmm.
Well, think of it as, in a sense, getting picked on. And you're standing up for yourself and you're saying, regardless of what you feel about my hair, regardless of its fascination, it is beautiful, it is mine. I am owning it. I am owning my space.
Mm-hmm.
I am calling you out on your ignorance.
Right.
So to me, that's how it represents that.
Okay, nice. So I know in my mind, like when I hear like these type of events and the purpose for these events, I'm just like, okay, this is like a event where you're raising awareness, where you're educating people, you're showing people like, hey, your hair, your in your natural state has more value than what you ever think, and give you like at least a voice to speak on these type of issues, because a lot of times, we go through. Well, I would think mostly like Black women go through that like a lot, but a lot of them probably don't really speak up because they don't want to they don't want to ruffle no feathers, or they just don't.
Right. They don't want to seem like the angry Black woman. Another stereotype we have to live with.
Exactly. And Sister I am says, yes, this definitely happened to her, where people are just being intrusive. And she's so glad that people are establishing boundaries. Yes, this is also.
See, it's when you establish boundaries and you stand on your boundaries, you feel empowered because you feel like, yo, I'm not gonna let nobody play with me.
Exactly. And it's important. It's okay for you guys to speak up and not worry. Here's the thing. We've been so conditioned of what we should not do, because if we speak our mind, then we're like the angry Black people, the angry Black one, the angry Black men, or whatever. No, sometimes you gotta let these people know. You could be like friendly about letting them know. You don't have to be angry about it, but you gotta be like, hey man, like, don't touch my hair. That's not cool. You wouldn't like it if I touch your hair. So respect my boundaries. If you're saying that even like in the most polite way and they're still getting upset about it, that's on them. Guys, make sure you guys get the likes up for this video. Make sure you get the likes up for this, and also hit us up with the Cash App as well too.
So, what's funny to me, also, I found the card of the lady who asked me to touch my hair, and I'm highly considering inviting her.
I hope you do invite her.
Highly considering it.
Man, I would have been and send that invitation. She would have been the first one.
The only thing, it's like she's part of my job, so I'm kind of going back and forth with it, but I definitely want to send it to her. Like, hey, if this is an event I just thought you'd be interested in.
Okay. Do you have a good rapport with this woman?
I met her one time. She was the one who asked me to touch my hair.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Just send the invitation and let her get in her feels. At least she'll be educated if she do attend.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
She'll be educated if she attends.
Yeah. You'll help reach out to a lost soul. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
I said you'll help reach out to a lost soul. You know?
They need help.
Exactly. Major help. Welcome back, Frosty.
So, that was a good question, though. What other questions do you have?
I got a couple more. I'll wait until she comes back, because it seems like she got booted again. But you know what? When she does come back, I'm gonna go back to like the third question because I want to ask about the cultural identity.
Kick me off again. All right.
You good? Okay, I got another question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay, how does all this relate to cultural identity?
It's a good question. Whew, that's a deep, deep question. I don't even know where to start. Okay. Imagine growing up as a little girl. I'm talking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
And you are trying to understand what's going on in the world. And you see that you are different. And you see that you're different. And you see that somehow your difference inconveniences other people. Or your differentness is just not what they're used to. They don't know how to handle it. They don't know what to do with it. So what do? They try to, in a sense, whitewash us. Why do you think perms came about? Because the straighter the hair, the more Eurocentric somebody looks, the more quote unquote deemed attractive they are. So if you're constantly going through life trying to deny your blackness because people will call you nappy or call you all these different words, or say how difficult your hair is, of course you're going to want to quote unquote deny parts of that part of yourself and fix it to figure out how to fit in. I say identity because once you get to that 10-year-old age and up, now you're working through puberty. That's really where you're trying to figure out who you are. So bullying and everything really takes a toll on you. So when we say cultural identity, I'm really saying we are, oh no, I got paint on my booty. We are, so when we say cultural identity, we're saying we're re-owning and we're reclaiming who we are, regardless of what they have tried to strip from us. And that includes our hair. It shows, instead of let me deny my blackness and look more Eurocentric, it's let me own my blackness and dive further into it, or whatever ethnicity you are that makes your hair curly or textured, I should say. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. I got someone up. Let me bring Frosty up here real quick. Frosty, salute. How you doing?
Doing great.
Hey, what's up, Bess?
So,
Okay, well, what's up? Good to see you, Frosty, up in here. Damn, your voice got deep since the last time. Since the first time I met you, man.
yeah, man. Growing up, almost 18.
Okay. Hey, well, congratulations, man. You know, Frosty. Now, I know you black man, my man, but let me ask you this, real quick, right? Have you ever had any experience where you was judged by the texture of your hair?
Not really. I don't actually. I never had been judged by that.
Have you seen anybody be judged by it or heard about it?
I mean, if they did, I wouldn't have been stupid.
Got you. Have you ever
like, why judge someone for hair?
Right.
But they do. They consider locks dirty. They consider them inappropriate for work. They consider afros inappropriate for work.
Well, that's a stupid reason. That is dumb.
And now it's just now starting to change. Because that's even the military put a law out that they can't do something about locks, I believe. It was something like that.
Wait, say that again about the locks. You said they're doing what?
They're allowing it. Before you couldn't have locks in the military. Now they're allowing it.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither.
Exactly. Discrimination against hair is a real thing.
It's almost like race as well.
Mm-hmm. Now this is a good point that Sugar Bum brought up, right? She says it's most other black people that will judge your hair. Spill the real tea.
No, that's true. Oh, that's true. How many times do you see a black woman say, "Man, you got that good hair"? Oh, my daughter's hair is nappy. Same thing. That good hair, quote unquote, that nappy hair, quote unquote. These are all terms to make someone feel inferior and less than, and that they're not good enough. All because of their hair. And then same thing with black men. A lot of times they go for the ones whose hair is a little loose curl or shaky or flowy or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I have a story that I'm going to share, right? I probably was like Frost's age at the time, right? When maybe around like 17 or 16. So I had like I had singles on my hair, like single braids.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking like what was that movie called? Was it Menace to Society? You know when Marlon Wayans was playing like a little gangster or whatever, and he had like the braids go. Well, it wasn't wild as his. Okay, got it, Frosty. It's my correction.
Cool.
Yeah, like around that age, right? Where like my hair was long at the time, and it was just sticking out. You know what I mean? In different places. And this preacher guy will always be like, he'll always try to motivate me to cut. And I'm like, I don't want to cut my hair. You know, I like my blackness or whatever. And then I remember at one point, like, the guy yelled at me, like, he was like, "You look ridiculous. You need to get a haircut. You know, this, and that." He eventually apologized because I stopped going to church, man, after that, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, this was like one of those like black churches back then, like in Oakland. But one of my problems is that why is it like our own people will get so mad at us when when we have our hair like in locks, when we have our hair in braids? It's like you're trying to find some way to insult us when that was like our natural, like, you know, like style to begin with.
So again, people try to stray away from blackness. They try to stray away from blackness as much as possible. And so anything that reminds them of quote unquote urban feel or ghetto or whatever, they're trying to stay away from it. They don't want to be associated with it.
Of course not.
They're bougie.
So, because it was getting dry. I try to help you out. Thank you. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
No, it's definitely like it's definitely like very like bougie like when it comes to that, because like it just shows like how far like, you know, our people has gone and how we're so desensitized from being close, like, you know, to our people.
This color.
She got highlights. You already know what I'm about. We go to the third round.
See, that's a whole nother conversation. Go ahead with your next question. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So my other question is, right? So let me go down real quick. I think. How does society influence attitudes towards it? No, okay, we just talked about that. What role does personal space play in this message?
Personal space gives you a sense of autonomy. It gives you a sense of power, that you have control over yourself, that you have control over your own space. So if you're intruding on that space for your own entertainment, then of course that's going to be an intrusion. It's going to be an invasion of privacy. You're trying to strip away my empowerment of protecting my space because you want to be, again, entertained for a moment.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got another question, okay? And chat, feel free to reply to this as well. Well, I kind of feel like we already covered that part too. I was gonna say what chat said. No, I'm gonna skip that part. But for the chat, right? You guys can answer this if you're just now tuning in, right? Like how Sugar Bum did, right? What challenges do individuals face regardless of hair discrimination? You know, my answer was like unfair treatment in workplaces, schools, social settings due to the texture and style of the hair. You know, for you guys in the chat, feel free to type in what challenges that you have faced, or did you not face any challenges at all?
I have actually faced a couple of challenges. I've been called out in class because of the assumption that I knew information because of my blackness. I was the only black person in the class. You're always called out while you're reading Huckleberry Finn because it says the N-word in there. And they're like, who's going to read it out loud? And then it's awkward when I go to try to go get my driver's license and the security guard who is trying to get me started, he goes to my car, he opens up my door and he goes, your VIN number doesn't match your windshield. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a brand new car. He was like, well, I can't give you your driver's test until your VIN numbers match. And I said, exactly. And so I told my dad and he was like, you know what? Let's just go. We're not about to entertain something like this. So we left. I didn't get my license that day, but like discrimination is real, man. And then that goes into my next in the summertime. I'm gonna have a show called Call Me by My Name because I'm also tired of people giving us nicknames because they're too lazy or too inconsiderate to try to learn our names because it's different than the Eurocentric or commonality or the common name. And it's really frustrating. I'm tired of hearing us say names of our own people are considered ghetto. Why are we calling our own people ghetto?
Or mostly, why we keep calling our people ratchet? But I get what you're saying, though. I know from what we talked about. Oh, what's up?
May I say something?
Yeah. I was waiting for you to chime in.
Well, I think that there are differences within people of the diaspora. So there are people who are, more urban or ghetto or ratchet, right? And I think that sometimes people are they're misplaced in those groups, or they're probably defined in a wrong terminology when it comes to that group. But with that being said, there are people who do fit that mold. You know what I'm saying? It's not everybody. Like, we not all just not educated and not reading and not trying to have great careers, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A majority of us are doing what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? There's a majority of us are trying to make life better, and we're trying to grow and be better. You know what I mean? Even though mass media does not show that. But yeah, most of us are trying to, progress ourselves and be better and make our community better. But, you know what I mean? There is a segment of people who do fit that mold. You know what I mean? And they know they fit that mold. They will tell you, I'm hood. They will tell you, yo, I'm ratchet. They'll let you know. You know what I mean? They have no problem letting you know. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, you know what I'm saying? For those people who, you know what I mean, who do not have any shame in their game, you know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing. So, my thing is that, both sides exist, but it's not all of us on both sides. That's the one thing that has to change. It can't just be, well, all black people are like this, or all black women are like this, all black men are like this. No, we're not. We're not all like anything. We are all different. You know what I mean? And if you deal with the people within our culture, we don't eat all the same foods. We don't eat all the same. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ask somebody who is Latin, you know what I mean, how they make, rice and beans or whatever, it's gonna be maybe different than somebody who makes rice and beans. You know what I'm saying? Even in Latin culture, they all make rice and beans different. Mexicans don't make rice and beans the same way that Dominicans and Puerto Ricans do. They don't. You know what I mean? Jambalaya and rice and beans from a southern house is gonna be different. It ain't the same. You know what I mean? So within our culture, we have a lot of differences too. You know what I mean? It's similar, right? So there's similarities, it's commonalities, but it's not all the same. So I think that's the thing. We gotta define, who we are and where we stand. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's positive or negative. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, uplifting the culture or it's not. You know what I mean? Whether it's, black progressiveness or ratchetness. It all has a significant meaning, and it all means something, and it all is good. Not all good, but it all has its own definition. You know what I mean? And we need to let people define who they want to be and how they want to be. So yeah.
But
Okay.
what I like what you said is we need to allow people to define who they want to be. Don't define it for us. Don't tell me what my blackness looks like you said. So I like that autonomy in saying, like, let me decide who I want to be, not who you want to mold me into.
Yeah, I like that. That was definitely a good speech, Mr. Best. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's good. All right, so look, our question is, that'll be my last unless you guys have any. Oh, actually, well, after I get to this question, I want to kind of come back into your second event, Deja. But let me ask you guys this. So, from all this that we're learning, now, how can people support the message of "Don't Touch My Hair"?
Well, people can support by sharing. They can support by buying tickets. They can support by even sending in their own stories of "Don't Touch My Hair," and we can even share. Support by being black. That's good. Embrace your blackness. I like that. Support by being black. But for those who are of non-melanated colors, I ask that you continue to ask your community, you and your community, to explore the genuine perspectives of Black people, Black culture, and not assumptions based on stereotypes. That's how you do it.
Be you.
Don't be Black, be you.
Be you in all this.
Whatever that means. Be that.
Okay.
Not what someone else. Authenticity. Be authentic.
Be as authentic.
Okay,
No,
so
that's really good.
does that answer your question?
No, it does. It definitely answers my question a lot, big time. And with that being said, look, make sure you guys support the "Don't Touch My Hair" event hosted by Deja. And even if you guys can't physically make it out there,
I'll be streaming live, so feel free to join and chime in, make comments, and things like that as well. You can also send in donations. I'll have the Cash App up because we do still need help with funding. We still have to get some supplies for the event and raise a couple dollars to rent some tables. So if you are able and you can just donate maybe $5-10 to support, that would be really, really appreciated. because we see this event being impactful and we want to make sure that we can do it to the best of our ability. So if you are able to share and donate, please do so.
Okay. So that's even better for the people who can't come, but still would like to give their support. And in the end, they'll still get a chance to see a piece of the event. Okay. So, in conclusion with all this, right? Just remember that Don't Touch My Hair is a call for respect, understanding, and empowerment. It highlights the significance of boundaries and deep connections between hair, culture, and self. Okay? Well, self-expression as well, too. By embracing this message, we can promote greater awareness and celebrate the diversity and individuality of hair as a part of our personalized identity. So, in other words, put some respect on my hair. Don't touch it. Okay. Don't try to infiltrate. You know what I mean? Don't be so intrusive or whatever. Be respectful and learn about the culture before you start trying to like dig your hands onto someone's hair without even asking. Matter of fact, don't even ask. That's probably like a good start right there. Okay. Before we go ahead and we close out, my last question is because you mentioned another event. Can you repeat the name of your next event after?
So after Don't Touch My Hair, the next event will be Don't Touch Me, and the following event will be Call Me by My Name. All of which are highlighting empowerment about boundaries and self-worth, essentially.
Got it. Okay.
Don't Touch Me will actually, for my part of the collection, it will be a collection of my cousin, because she has a really, really powerful story and the Don't Touch Me is not only just about don't touch my body, but it's about don't touch my mind, don't touch who I am, don't touch my essence, don't touch my being. So don't touch me. And I want to share her story. Her story is very similar to my story, so it's healing for both of us. And I want to share her strength and transition of owning herself through this poetic painting story, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. Well, Deja, it was definitely fun. Hey, I appreciate you for being a special guest on this.
And I do apologize for all the chaos, but I'm glad to be on and share about Don't Touch My Hair.
Okay, for sure. Hey, with that being said, we're gonna definitely promote the hell out of it. So, check out the flyers. That is. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, go to my Instagram page, like Oakland_Arts84. You check out the flyer that I posted up, and also follow Deja on her Instagram channel as well too. You mind if you shout your Instagram for the chat?
Of course. It's _DAISHA .MB. So Daisha.MB stands for Daisha Maria Brianna.
Okay, for sure. So everybody, make sure you guys give her a follow on Instagram. She definitely goes live, mostly on the daily. You get the chance to see her artwork while she's live.
Kind of like this.
So one thing you know for sure, whenever you see Deja on any of our lives or the lives that she has on her own, she's always painting something.
Yeah. I'm always in my creative space in some kind of way.
Pleasant, wonderful. All right, y'all. So with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. We're gonna definitely close this out. Feel free to stick around in the back if y'all choose to. But we're about to end the stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It was definitely a pleasure. And stay tuned for more live streams like this.
She's cute or whatever.
Oh boy.
You got the hearts flown out. It's a little to Mr. Best and Frosty as well. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Have a good night.
All right.
Hey, y'all. Have a good one.
You too, Frosty. All right. Outro.
Knowledge and relationships.